Good afternoon. This is Joe Krutzinger with our year-end review of real-time for the Razor system. I've traded it with two symbols for the year of 2017. One symbol I traded for 7 months, which was the YM, and one symbol I traded for a month and a half. I just ended December 15th real-time trading for the year on the NASDAQ. And we'll take a look at those and see how they stack up. Now, this is not a simulated presentation. This is a real-time track record out of my IRA account, trading one contract of both the mini Dow and the NASDAQ in the stated periods. You can get a copy of this PDF if you like. Just contact me at joekrut@gmail, and you can read the real-time disclaimer. It does have commission. It has slippage. It has times you miss a trade when the machine goes out or something bad happens. It's real-time trading at its best and its worst. Now the next presentation slide is 100 trades done on the mini Dow from April the 1st till November the 1st of 2017. It shows we made $1,900. Doesn't sound like that much, but on $5,000 annualized, that's 59% return on account. That's in a time when you put money in the bank and hope you get 1 or 2%. So obviously trading is not putting money in the bank, but it does compare favorably. You have a drawdown of 1353. About half the trades are right, 49% are profitable, and you made $1.36 for every dollar you lost, and that's just what it is. Well, this is where it gets kind of yucky. You can see that the equity curve, or real-time equity curve, is different than simulated curves. You can see it made awfully good money up till about trade 3031, where it was above $3,000. And then for the rest of the period, even though it was optimized every month and kept up, etc., it just kind of slowly deteriorated from its top about $1,200–$1,300 in a drawdown period. That's really the reason why I decided to switch symbols from the mini Dow to the NASDAQ, because I felt that the Razor had lost its ferocity on the mini Dow as far as a trading vehicle. So I said, well, rather than keep getting what I'm getting, I'm going to try something different. So I went to the mini NASDAQ. We'll take a look at that next. Well, here's the mini NASDAQ from November the 1st through December the 15th. I always quit trading at the middle of December. After 40-some years in the market, I know that those last 2 weeks can get pretty hairy because of thinness in the market and the fact that the bigger players just don't participate. And so I've shut down my real-time trading for the year, and that's why we're having this report at this time. You can see we had 28 trades in that period. Only 42% are correct, but it did make $1.82 for every dollar it lost. That's better than the other one. Also, the annual rate of return is now 122 instead of 50-something. So to me, it looks like I made a good move switching to the NASDAQ. And I'm very happy with it, and I'll continue trading in January of next year, 2018, with the Razor on the mini NASDAQ. Well, here's the real-time equity curve for the 28 trades we've had, and you can see we started right out. We had a winner, then we had a drawdown of not quite $500. We had a nice run up, and then another $500 drawdown, a nice run up, and then we had a drawdown of about $700–800. And now we're recovered again, and we're ending up where we ended up. That's the way real-time equity curves look, I'm afraid. My hope is to hopefully make money or not lose, make money and not lose, and that's what I try to go for, especially in the walk forward in the real-time. I often get asked about the logic behind the trading system, so I'll kind of talk about that a little bit today. The logic of Razor, the idea behind the math. If the minor trend is up and we are in a time window and we have no current long position and we have not had more than one trade with this date on it, we're going to buy a channel breakout. So it's a channel breakout system with a list of conditions. If the minor trend is down, we are in that time window, we have no current short position, and we've had no more than one trade with this date on it, we'll sell short with a channel breakout. Once in a position, a different checklist will come into play. If we have reached a certain time, we'll exit. If a certain amount of money is lost, our stop loss is triggered. Once a certain amount of money is achieved, a very close stop may be put in place, attempting to lock in a large part of the profit. That's the whole secret or the logic behind Razor. It's a combination of several conditions based upon the channel breakout type mechanism. Now here's an illustration of the test of a particular trade. You can see the short was there where it did a minor breakout after having an uptrend. It took a breakout to the downside, and we went ahead and went in, and then we got out with a time exit, and obviously it could have made a little more money if we would have stayed with it, but that is the trade. It takes out the sweet spot, supposedly, of the trade with the least amount of risk possible. Now, obviously, when you own the system, you can optimize it yourself. My suggestion, and you don't have to take it, but if you took all the inputs and tried to optimize them at once, the thing will take 3 or 4 days, and you'll get real tired of optimization very quickly. One way to do it is this: set up the defaults. That's that last column, and then go ahead and do the optimization of first the blue, which would be the length. That's the length of the time or the channel breakout itself. Then once that's established, do the tan one with the defaults that are already there and whatever you came up with the blue, and you'll do those tan ones together. Then you'll do the purple, which is the time exit, then the green, and the yellow ones you don't need to optimize really. They're set there. You can play with them if you like, but I don't really optimize those. So that's kind of the ideal, in my mind, way to do it. And you can take a 3-month piece of 1-minute data, and you can have this whole thing done in about 8 minutes. And for those of you who are analytics, which most of my clients are, this defines what each of those inputs mean. Joe Crut Razor length. This is the length that's used both the range of the breakout and the average size of the range over several bars. Time 1 is the first time a new trade can be placed. Time 2, last time a trade can be placed. And usually with TradeStation, you have to add 1 bar. So if it comes up 10:50 on a 5-minute bar, the last trade will be placed at 10:55. Trade, the number of long or shorts allowed. Time X. On a 5-minute bar, if you enter 14:50, you're going to get out at the open of the 14:55 bar. Share position, you want to use 1 when it should futures. If you're using stocks, you want to do 2. Just take my word, that's the way it's done. Profit target, put in a 0 if you don't want a profit target. Stop loss, put in a 0 if you don't want a stop loss. I don't recommend that. I suggest you always put in a stop loss of a number that if you had 5 losers in a row, you would still take the 6th trade. That number in my mind is $300. Once you've lost $1,500, boom, 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 it takes a pretty big man to take that 6th trade. If you were trading $750 or $1,000 stop, a lot of us wouldn't get past 2 or 3 trades. Break-even floor, put in a 0 if you don't want a break-even stop. I don't use them. Dollar trailing amount, pass in a 0 if you don't want a dollar. I don't use that one. I use this next one, percent trailing floor amount. Once I get to like $200 of the profit, then I'll start looking at a trail. So if I put in $200, then if I put in percent trailing percent of 50, it'll risk 50% of the maximum open profit. In that illustration, once I've made $200, it brings the stop up to entry plus $100, so it'd be $100 that it would lock in. Once it had made $300 in that illustration, it locks in $150 worth of profit. Exit on close. By using a custom session, I can use the exit on close command. And so if I have a custom session, say of 8:30, 2:59 on a 1-minute chart, as soon as it turns 3 o'clock in Chicago, boom, it'll exit all trades. Even though the market trades longer than that, that's kind of a sweet spot I've found. So that's the Razor inputs defined. Now, I'm kind of on vacation-y these last 2 weeks of December, but I'm always available by email. I just want to remind you, my main products are ideas, service, and support when you need it. So anytime you need help, you send me an email or you go to etrackrecords.com, pull down the support tab, and send me those TeamViewer codes. I'll be glad to get on your machine and fix anything, reinstall anything. There's never a charge for someone who's bought my stuff. This is what I do. When you pay the $9.97 or a year support, that is only for the retuned values and the TSWs that come along. I give you lifetime support on the system, whether you've paid for support or not. If you need help, if the system's broken, I'll fix it, give you a new copy, whatever happens, because that's it's my lifetime, by the way. When I die, there will be no more support. Well, your next step, if you'd like to try Razor or any of my systems, I'll be glad to put them on your machine for free. Just call my office at 913-334-2202. I'll use TeamViewer. I'll get on your machine and I'll install a full 14-day, 100% free trial of my best 4 blind walk-forward tested strategies with a 3-month back test. You'll get Razor, which is the one I trade. You'll have Razor with ribbons, which is a modification of Razor that looks for bigger trades but doesn't trade much. There's Shapes, which is a support and resistance system rather than a breakout system, so it buys low, sells high. And there's Bar None, which is really kind of a swing system designed originally on daily data for people who want to catch longer-term trends. But you'll get all these on the 5 primary day trade stock index markets that I use in my blind walk forward testing. You can email me directly at joecrutt@gmail.com, and of course my website is etrackrecords.com. Well, thanks for watching. There'll be a new video coming on next week on Thursday that'll have all the new inputs. I do suggest that when you get those new inputs, you don't put them to use in real time until the year 2018. So if you need some help, give me a call. I'll be glad to put on the new TSWs. If you're interested in talking about the new TradeStation 10, I'll be putting a video out the first couple of weeks of January talking about TradeStation 10 and how you may want to upgrade and may you not. But have a great new year, and we'll see you when we see you.